Okay, I have something very, very exciting to show you guys. I randomly took a pottery class a few weeks ago, and I've actually taken quite a few pottery classes. I think I've taken like about 3 wheel throwing classes and then 1 hand building class. These 2 actually sitting right over here are stuff that I've made in my hand building class and then my wheel throwing class. Anyway, I had a bit of an itch. I wanted to get back into it, but unfortunately there aren't a ton of pottery studios in my area. It was a lot more convenient and easier to just like pick up a class here and there when I was living downtown, but ever since I moved back home, there just unfortunately aren't a ton of options. But a few weeks ago when I was having this pottery ceramics itch, I was on Facebook Marketplace because I was actually looking for a pottery wheel because I was like, oh, now that I live at home and there's like a lot more space, maybe I could just like have my own little setup. And as I was looking for a wheel, I wasn't able to find a wheel, but then I came across this listing for just like a private wheel throwing class at this like random woman's house. So I ended up booking a class with her. I literally ended up going to her house in her basement, took this private wheel throwing class. She actually thought I was a little bit insane because I think the people that like reach out to her are like older ladies who just like want to check out a hobby, and also because I like literally went by myself. She didn't really like look at my profile, but she could tell that I was really young, and yeah, she was just shocked that I didn't like at the very least like book with someone else. So yeah, that was kind of funny, but she was really awesome. I definitely learned a lot in her class. It was also really nice to have like really hands-on and one-on-one instruction, but it was definitely like a one-time thing. Like I just kind of wanted to get this pottery fix out and like see if it was something that I'm still interested in. And yeah, I would say I really want to get back into it. I just don't really know exactly how given the resources that are around me, but it was actually a very productive session. I ended up making about 4 pieces. I wanted to very quickly show you guys how they came out. I've been super into teas lately. I feel like that is a sign that maybe I'm getting a little bit old. But speaking of tea, this is the first little thing that I threw. I think I originally was trying to make it more into a bowl, but it ended up looking a little bit more like a little teacup. Also, I think the glaze on this is just really, really sick and cool. I've obviously never been very adventurous with my glazing. I just would either pick something clear or something very neutral just because I knew I wanted to use like the stuff that I made in my room, and I just like didn't want something like super out there. But I think this has definitely opened up my eyes just a little bit to how fun glazing can be and just like all the different color waves that you can kind of get from it. And I actually didn't pick any of these in terms of how they were glazed. How the class worked was like it was a one-time session, so I just like did the wheel throwing aspect of making all of the bodies, and then she did like the actual trimming and the glazing and the firing. She did give me the option to pay a little bit more if I wanted to come back in again and glaze them myself, but taking this class was already a pretty spontaneous thing for me to do, so I just had her do whatever she wanted with the glaze, and I think they came out really, really fun, and it's definitely inspiring me to be a little bit more adventurous maybe the next time that I glaze something myself. And then this is the second piece that I threw. It's like this little tiny bowl. I feel like this can be almost like a little jewelry bowl. I love that it's like this quad of colors. It's very sandy, turquoisey, and even this one has just like a ton of texture. It almost reminds me of like water ripples. I think out of all of these, this one is definitely my favorite. For my third piece, I wanted to attempt to make a little matcha bowl. There's like these little splatters, and then I hope you guys can see this, but there's actually 2 colors and it's split into 2. I kind of like spin it around just so you guys can see how many colors are on this thing, but this is definitely a little bit too small to be a matcha whisking bowl. Maybe I'll try it and like give it a go, but I feel like this is like even smaller than my whisk size, so I'll probably have to find a different purpose for this, but I love the fact that I learned how to kind of make like a little spout. And then the final little thing I made is this extremely uneven bubble cup. I've always wanted to make something like this, but it is kind of bothering me just how uneven it is. She wanted me to go home with as many pieces as possible, but I think if it were up to me, I probably wouldn't have fired this just because, I don't know, I feel like it's just like really, really uneven and very wonky looking. But I think she actually made it look really, really cool and interesting, especially with the particular color wave of the glazes that she picked. I want to find like a cool place to put this and all the other pieces inside of my room. If you guys watched the video from last week, I just recently redesigned and reorganized my entire room. So I wanted to spend a little bit of today finding cute little new homes for each of these. Okay guys, I do have quite a bit of work to get done today. I've been keeping up with writing out all of my projects in this bigger notebook and I love it. I just feel like I have so much space to think through all of my thoughts. There isn't like a ton going on right now and I kind of wanted to take advantage of that fact. So yeah, I kind of want to take you guys along with me on this more slower work day / work week, especially with it now being Q2, which is like so crazy to think about just how fast time just flies. I kind of like to take especially like the first few weeks to reassess where I'm at and figure out where we are gonna go from here. I have 3 tasks that I want to tackle today. The first one being I need to finish editing this video for my friend. The video is actually on her daughter's first birthday, which passed like a few weeks ago. You guys have actually seen her quite a bit on my channel because I go over to their place all the time just to like hang out with her. It's been almost like 2 weeks since her birthday passed and I know they definitely want to post about it, so I want to hurry up and get that video in. I did already start it, but then I got like really busy with like my own editing work, but I want to make sure that I finish it, if not today, sometime this week. On that note of like freelancing, I actually haven't taken on a ton of freelance work. It's something I've been kind of interested in, but I just have never had the time to like really dive deep into it. But I don't know, I feel like I've learned so much about filmmaking through YouTube, so it's been kind of like weighing on my mind, like maybe I should look more into it and do a little bit more research. That's something I kind of wanted to take a look at today as well. And then the third task is actually clearing out my inbox, and I'm actually gonna do this before I do the other two. I have always had such a terrible relationship with my inbox. I avoid it at all costs most of the time. It's obviously a very important aspect to me running my social media, but I don't know why, for whatever reason, it is just such a daunting task to me. I just like dread opening my Gmail account, which I feel like a lot of you guys can relate. I don't know anybody that enjoys going through their inbox, but something that's actually been really helpful in tackling my inbox is this tool called Quillbot that has features like paraphrasing and grammar checks to help you write a little bit more efficiently and confidently. Quillbot is super helpful because it'll give you instant suggestions as you're writing so that you don't waste time trying to magically think of the phrase or going in a separate tab and looking for it completely manually. And the reason why it's so easy to use is because you can add it as a Chrome extension, so it will automatically start assisting you as you write. And the best part is it is completely free to sign up. There's no time limit and you can immediately add this extension to your Chrome. So definitely check them out, and I will of course leave a link to Quillbot in my description box below. And we can even do it together because I'm going to finally sit down and clear out this awful inbox of mine. I'm gonna get started on the little video project for my friend. I started working a little bit later in the day today, so it's gonna be a little bit of a late night editing session, which is honestly all of my editing sessions. But I am like so excited for this little video project. It's honestly really nice doing video work that isn't, you know, for me. I think I have a lot of excitement making this video for my friend because I, one, know her. Her and her husband are very good friends of mine and I love them so much. And now that they have a daughter, she is like my favorite little munchkin in the entire universe. Anyway, aside from the fact that I'm making this video for some of my favorite people on this planet ever, I am actually so hyped because the song that I'm using just fits so well. It is by Jesse Barrera and the song is called Jetpack. He just released it like last week Friday. I'm actually not a huge music person, but I am such a huge fan of Jesse Barrera just because there isn't a single song that I have not liked. They're so like summertime nostalgic. The way his music makes me feel is like when you're outside, it's the summertime and you pop open like a fresh can of soda. Like it's just that like bubbly, bittersweet, but also like innocent, I don't know, feeling that I get from his songs. And a lot of them are kind of like love songs, but they are so good. But he's been coming out with like new singles. I think it's like his LP, which is like called a long project. I don't really know what that means in music terms, but I love that he's been like releasing songs like every few weeks. He pre-released a little snippet of his upcoming song that launched last week, and the song was literally written for his 2-year-old son. So So like, what other perfect song would it be for like my friend's daughter's birthday? I will just like read you guys some of the lyrics. It starts with saying, "You came flying like a rocket, skin to skin, then crawling into my life." Like, that is so perfect for like a newborn baby. "I'll walk beside you and never try to change anything to make your life more like mine, but sooner or later you'll be much taller and I'll be just a matter of time." And then it says boy, obviously she's a girl, but no, "I'll always have your back, you'll always be my jetpack." So good. It is so good. And the build of the song is so good. Because the thing about like having songs, especially for like making videos, sometimes they're like a little bit too upbeat or sometimes they're a little too sentimental and sappy. And a big struggle I had regarding trying to pick a song for them was like a lot of the songs I was finding were just too like coupley lovey-dovey. This one is definitely like family oriented. Like it's like a love letter to his son, not like a love letter to like a girlfriend or a boyfriend or something like that. But yeah, since they're gonna be posting on Instagram and he has the song on Instagram, they can just, you know, add it and like post it as like a reel or whatever. We'll see how it goes. It was really loud when I was filming audio wise because there's a bunch of people at this birthday party. Okay, it's like 6 p.m. I feel like I need to get to editing. I don't want to stay up all night doing this. So here we go. Okay, I just finished rendering the video and I don't know why anytime I watch it for the first time outside of the editing software, I don't know, it just hits different. So I'm gonna give it a little watch. I'm already feeling a little bit emotional because it's just so cute and I don't know, I just like can't wait for them to see it for themselves. It's so good. Oh my gosh, I have no corrections. It is ready to be sent to my friend. It's like 11 p.m. so I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy Wednesday, guys. I am drinking a little bit of tea out of this very out of season Christmas mug. Also, I want to show you guys my new cardigan. If you're wondering where this is from, my mom actually knitted it herself. I don't know why I'm like doing this like head bobbing thing, like I'm bragging. I'll give you guys a really quick little walkthrough because I have quite a bit of stuff that I need to get done today. This is the full cardigan. I love how like loose but also fitted it is. I've always felt that because I have a little bit more of an athletic build, it's really hard for me to wear anything knitted, like sweaters, cardigans, I don't know, anything with like a more thicker material, mainly because my shoulders are like a little bit more broad. So anytime I wear something with like a really thick material and it's like a little bit too snug, I feel very like macho. Something like this where it's like fitted in the shoulders, more loose in the sleeves, and isn't super oversized like this, falls right at my hip. That is just like my ideal recipe or formula when it comes to anything knitted. Today, what I need to work on is my portfolio. So my current portfolio is an absolute mess. I feel like it's a mess because I started in beauty content and then I made the switch over to YouTube. So I feel like my content used to be very niche and then it shifted into something that was a little bit more broad and unstructured. So I feel like in that process, I just kind of gave up on updating my portfolio. Something that I've been kind of thinking about getting into is freelancing. I honestly never gave freelancing a ton of thought, which sounds strange because I feel like doing sponsorships and brand partnerships are kind of loosely freelancing, like it is a form of contract work. But I feel like the relationship relationship in terms of like brand partnerships is a little bit different than like actual freelance work. The thing with me and freelance work, I just feel like I'm not really sure like what aspect of it I want to go into. So I'm kind of hoping that after I make my portfolio, that will be like a little bit more clear to me in terms of like what area of freelance that I want to go into. One thing that I would actually really love to do is like doing freelance for somebody's like YouTube channel. Not really for like a specific person, but I feel like I would love to do that for like a brand or like some sort of small business. This is just like me brainstorming out loud right now, but the idea of having like a bunch of freelance clients in like various different industries and fields and just like me plugging and chugging, editing, I don't know, that just like doesn't feel like very meaningful or impactful work for me. Like I would just really love to build something for a business or brand from like the ground up and in a way that's like very grounded and raw and real, because I don't know, I feel like that's what I try to do, at least in my own YouTube channel. And I don't know, I just feel like it would be so fun to develop whatever story that is for a brand on a YouTube channel. Those are just some of my random thoughts. Maybe that's like a little bit idealistic and that's like not a thing. I'm like really struggling right now. Like I don't even know like what direction to move with this. I've actually been meaning to update you guys, and I keep saying that I am, but I guess I'll just like give you guys a very Spark Notes version of like what's been going on, because I feel like a lot of you guys subscribed to me after I posted my job searching video a few months ago. And pretty much what ended up happening is I just got like so busy. Like all these like random opportunities just like kind of came up, like the cafe collab. And then I also had the opportunity to work with a few brands over here on YouTube. So yeah, these past few months, like I have been applying, but like I wasn't hearing back from anyone. I was getting rejected a bunch, and it just kind of felt like it was kind of a waste of my time. Also, like the job market right now is like so bad. It's so competitive. So yeah, it's not something that's like entirely off the table for me, but I'm just like not entirely sure like what kind of job will take me, because I do feel like it would kind of need to be a little bit more in the social media realm if it was like a purely corporate job. And I also was like thinking about the fact that I haven't even really hit my like 1 year officially on YouTube. I was kind of thinking like maybe I should just like wait until I hit my 1 year on YouTube before making like an official decision. So that's kind of where I have been at. Not really necessarily going with the flow, but I just like want to keep all of my options open before moving forward. I do actually have like a few freelancing opportunities that I've been thinking about. One of them was like an editing freelancing opportunity, and then the other one was managing like a social media account. So I feel like that's almost like a really nice range to potentially have, and I could also add it to my portfolio down the line. I just feel like there's so much that I want to do. Like I also want to really get back into pottery. Yeah, we'll see. I feel like it's been weird making this video, because typically I feel like with my videos I'm very much like a problem solver, and I like want to finish the video with like, and this was the result, or like this was the conclusion. I'm kind of in the place where I don't really know what to do or like what direction to move. I just like have not been able to decide. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this video. I do kind of want to make more casual vlogs like this, just so I'm not like updating you guys like months and months later. Also, I'm planning on uploading weekly again. I feel like 2 weeks is just like a little bit too long, and also I just get very nitpicky when I have too much time on my hands. I posted a video last week, and then this video is gonna go up a week after, and hopefully we can continue with that rhythm and that pattern. So yeah, I'm going to finish up this portfolio, but if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one, which will be uploaded hopefully next week. Bye!
Quando o piano já não quer mais tocar, quando é que